Hiya, it's me, Padhopper, and it's been a month since I started using this Leuchtturm 1917 and entered the world of bullet journaling. And I've used this notebook every day for a month. And I thought I'd show you what I've done. So this is a little flip through. The first page, of course, is my information. You'll notice on here and on other pages that I have some of the stuff that I don't want you to see blocked off. I glued 2 pages together, and then here's my index. When I'm doing my index, I'm doing the parts where the months where the beginning of a new month falls. I'm writing those in red so they pop off the index page a little bit more than the other ones. More index pages. In my future log, I did just very simple 12 boxes, and in pencil I'm just going to jot down different things that I need to remember that I want to do in those months as those months arrive. I don't use my bullet journal as a calendar, so this is really the only time that I'm going to really jot different things down like that. I'm using it more for collections and journaling than I am as a planner. Sorry about that. I have a Kermit the Frog in my throat. How dare he? So beside the future log, I thought would be a good spot to do celebrations. And in my family, we do celebrations in clusters because we all kind of are grouped together. So I cut out 4 squares using my Stampin' Up! Circle punch. So I can have winter, spring, summer, fall on my celebrations page, and glued them in, and then punched out some stars using my star hole punch and decorated up. And let's see, let me flip a page here, dude. And then the next page is some scrapbook paper that I glued in, and then I added a quote by William Shakespeare because I like this quote and I wanted it to serve as a motto for my bullet journal. Love all, trust a few, do harm to none. That's a good motto for life, I think. Beside that, I have my Happy Mail tracker. And this is the page I'm going to keep track of my pen pals. And I drew this little banner, cut it out, put it in, because when I did the hand lettering on the top, I didn't like it. So I covered it up. And on this page, I keep track of names and addresses, likes and dislikes, when they sent me, when I send to them. Next, I have a TV and movies collection. And here I'm going to keep track of different TV shows and movies that I want to stream. And to decorate this page, I traced an old-timey TV, drew some banners, glued them in. This is traced right onto the paper. And what I do is I have go to a royalty-free site. I put the image in my phone and put the paper right over my phone because the phone acts like as a backlight, and then I trace it right into the book. And here's a comfy chair. It's good to be home. And this is my movies and TV show tracker. Watch all the things. That's what I plan to do. And this is a collection of where I'm keeping track of crochet items I would like to make, crochet items that I have made, and I'm calling this Stitch More, Bitch Less. And I put my quote down here. I craft because I want to put a piece of me out into the world. Next, I have an About Me spread. And on this side, I did an A to Z About Me. Only happy things. And that was harder than it looked, let me tell you. And on this one, it's not organized at all. I just sort of wrote in different things as they fell out of my head. Things like I like tea, I have beautiful nieces, I collect frogs, I have all my own teeth. Things like that. And then I start into the month of May. And that's for the month of May, I was doing those things. And this is my daily habit tracker for the month of May that did not work for me at all. So yeah, that's got to change. And then here's my header page for the month of May. And then a bunch of journaling pages that I don't really want to show you because I don't censor myself in this journal. I censor myself online. I censor myself in public, and I'm not going to censor myself in my journal. So some things I don't want you to see. So I just kind of clipped them together. And then I did after a couple of days of journaling, I was sitting here one night and I'm like, oh, I need some things. I need to make a note of different things I want to order from Scentsy and Epicure and Amazon. So I made a wish list page, and I kind of like that, how in a bullet journal things land in place as they fall out of your head, and I like that idea a lot. So journaling, 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 oh, thought, and then journaling, 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 and then another thought. And I made a gratitude page, and this is a ray of sunshine, and I colored it the same way that I color coloring pages backgrounds. You'll find that in other videos. I'll leave a link in the description actually of how I do that. And this is filling up. And then some more journaling. And then I made a spread for the 12 loved ones that have passed away recently. Yes, you heard me. 12 loved ones have passed away recently. That's all my family does anymore is remember people. So I drew this calla lily. Actually drew it. It's not traced. I actually drew this calla lily, and I drew these scrolls. And I put a little quote. And here under this piece of paper is their names. And the next page is a memorial page specifically for my dad. And this is ribbon that I custom ordered to go on the wreath for him. And on this page I'm writing different things that fall into my head about my dad. Happy things, sad things, some things make me angry. And those are going on here too. Because as I said, I'm not going to censor myself. This is a journal after all, and whatever pops into my head is going on the page. And journaling, journaling, journaling. More journaling that I can't show you. I can show you that, I can show you this journal entry. I didn't do any layouts. I just kind of every day would write the date and the day and then write a blurb. And this is what all of these pages look like, is this. And this will give you an idea of how often I journal. My collections in this, I counted them, the collections in this bullet journal equal about 17 pages. Okay, and the rest is journaling. And here we are starting June. Remember, I used 17 pages for collections, and in June is starting on page 32. So that'll give you an idea of how much I journal. This is my header page, I guess, what do they call them? Title pages? Cover pages? You decide. Anyway, this is June, and the flower for the month of June is a rose. And one of the colors for Litha, which is celebrated in June, is yellow. And yellow is also a color for friendship. So I decided to use yellow for the month of June. And I did some lettering. And I used the stencil, one of the stencils that I ordered that you saw in the previous video, to make a little box to put the calendar in. And then more tracing of roses and leaves. And here's another page for June. It's my self-care page with a better way to track things that I want to keep track of, and a better way to keep track of my medication, and a little quote. It is the month of June, the month of leaves and roses, when pleasant sights salute the eyes and pleasant scents our noses. And that's by Nathaniel Parker Willis. And that's sort of my theme for the month of June. I've really liked doing bullet journaling. I'm using it completely different than other people, and that's what I like about it. I don't have need for a planner. I don't have kids that I need to tote around here and there and to soccer practice and this and that, and I don't have exams that I need to keep track of or anything like that. I just want to keep track of my thoughts. And that is probably why my collections are 17 pages and my journaling is like 32 pages. But you can make your bullet journal any way you want. This is how I've made mine. Don't know if I've given you any inspiration at all. But I hope you enjoyed this little flip through. I've enjoyed bullet journaling, and I'm going to do more flip throughs. So be sure to come back. Be sure to subscribe. See you soon.